This is Abnormal Entertainment.
There is nothing like watching a movie on the big screen, and with MoviePass, you can see unlimited movies every month from Abnormal Entertainment. Head to abnormalentertainment.com and click on the MoviePass banner to get your first month free. And after that, it's only $30 a month to see unlimited movies, even on opening day. Go as many times as you want. Have a blast with MoviePass and abnormalentertainment.com.
On the tube. No one cares what they have to say, but that doesn't stop them anyway. They scream, please, please, please. No more cinema head cheese. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cinema Head Cheese Podshort for Iron Fist.
Iron Fist!
This is Kevin Moyers, and with me today is...
Handsome Jay.
Mini Mandy.
Frankie G.
And Jesse's just a spectator.
Jesse Science. I'm just being a spectator right now.
He hasn't watched any of it. Jay and I have watched all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
all
went through
13
it
hours.
2 days and 1 hour, I'll say. By the third day, I only had the last episode. I'd been up till 1:30 in the morning Saturday night, and I was like, if I start 13, I'm going to pass out halfway through it and have to rewatch it anyway, so fuck it. So,
I think I did mine in two days.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday, Sunday morning. So two full
yeah,
days.
less than 48 hours for sure. And then you guys are how far in?
I was a little more relaxed with it because I fell asleep, so I went back. I have one episode left, so I'm through 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm the farthest behind. I've seen 6 episodes.
She's seen all of the shitty shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because your legs are shorter. It takes you longer to get through.
Right? that pacing is killing me.
Yeah.
It's just I ran out of time. I'm a busy person. Otherwise, I would have finished it too.
Well, even though I burned through it as quickly as I did, and again, as usual, when there's this kind of a group, we're going to have spoilers, but...
Spoiler.
This was my least favorite of the Marvel shows so far.
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah. It was kind of slow. Even the martial arts were slow.
They look lethargic.
Especially in the beginning. Well, until What's-Her-Face starts fighting in the...
Jessica Hanwick.
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite.
She's far and away the best fighter on the show.
She was my favorite new character. She was my favorite new character.
Colleen's the best thing in the show.
Well, she was the best new thing for me. Madame Gao. I'll get into Madame Gao later, but Madame Gao,
I
every time she was on screen.
Just in general.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know.
Based on Twitter.
Only because we're podcasting.
I felt like I was watching a legal drama and not a superhero show.
Yep.
That's what it felt like to me.
It was bizarre. It was really weirdly presented.
It was strange.
I agree with Frank's tweet about it. There's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
And that made it really rough in the beginning. I was like, oh man, I am too tired.
It doesn't get much better.
God damn it.
No.
The dialogue continues.
I mean, I'll get through it, but is it at least better dialogue?
It's better dialogue half the time. It's almost like, so tell me if you guys felt this way once you got into, like, let's say 10 episodes. You're 10 hours in. We're pretty much invested at this point. It felt like the writing team didn't know what they wanted to accomplish with this story.
I can see that opinion.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if they wanted to do the Iron Fist story, if they wanted to do the Danny Rand story.
Well, it took them 10 freaking episodes to get into any of the Iron
They kept
Fist
showing
story.
he kept having those flashbacks, like PTSD, like it was like he's still trying to work out stuff. So when he came back, he wasn't Iron Fist, but he was Iron Fist.
Well, you remember when way back, I was saying we should do a thing where we compare characters, like Iron Man and Batman. You can do an obvious comparison there. This was like a low rent Oliver Queen to me.
Absolutely,
I thought,
the lost billionaire child.
Yeah, and he comes back after being gone so long, and has all this training all of a sudden, and he's having flashbacks, and not enough flashbacks to really explain enough Like, okay, he was with some monks, and they kept showing the same shit over and over again with the flashbacks.
And
I get it. Your mom was sucked out of the roof. That sucks.
Before we get into that part, I do just want to answer Mandy's question about the dialogue getting better. I don't think it gets better. It's just that we're so far into the story, it's clicking a little more in our head.
Mm-hmm.
The dialogue's still kind of the same, but now we're...
Oh.
But it's relevant,
It's
right?
consistent.
It's definitely consistent throughout,
Yeah.
but now once you're into the story, it makes a little more sense to you than it did at the beginning.
Right now, I just feel like I'm watching a really weird, like, corporate TV show that happens to have this fighting stuff on the side.
It
Right.
gets it pretty much carries it. This is why I say I just don't know that the writing team knew what they wanted. Like, because it feels like they wanted to tell a martial arts story, but then at the same time, like you guys said, a courtroom drama.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally split 50-50. Like, a guy comes back from the dead,
Right?
and
Yeah.
the place doesn't shut down.
Yeah.
Like, this guy literally came back from the dead, and people are just like, no, there's no way. That's not him. And then, like, there's that weird three episodes of him in the crazy house. Like,
Yeah.
like what is
Yeah.
going on? Like,
Which, again,
With characters
was
we
like
never see again.
Oliver
Yeah.
Queen
Yeah.
with the Damien Dark shit, where there's this weird underground world. That's what that was like to me. It was the same shit.
yep.
So, I don't know. I felt like it should say, executive producer Dick Wolf at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Chung chung.
it was fine. It was enjoyable, but it just doesn't fit with the rest of it.
It
You have-
doesn't fit with Marvel.
I like things about it. I like that they built Claire up a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
she's a rock star.
Yeah.
in all
Rosario
of it.
Dawson gets
Rosario
better
Dawson
every
in
show.
the short shorts. I'm just like, I'm happily
Rosario Dawson.
Oh,
You
Jet,
said you were
Jet, Jesse woke
watching.
up.
No, you have to stay away.
The girl's
You said
got
you're not
girl's got
watching.
some long legs. Bro.
Oh my god, like trees, and I
Yeah.
just want to climb them.
No, you got to watch the whole series and find it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch. Yeah,
Just fast forward. You'll be fine.
Those legs.
You won't miss any
Oh
good
my
story.
God.
I think I agree
dialogue,
with you,
at
Jay, because
least.
like being 6 episodes in, I honestly believe the writing staff just doesn't know where they're going, because a lot of things do look good
Yeah.
visually. It looks good. The casting, the actors. I mean, at
They
this
all
point,
looked the part.
they look the part.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they're doing
Yeah.
good with what they're getting
Yeah.
from the
Well,
script.
They brought the
but-
corporate lawyer back from Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Jerry Hogarth.
Yeah.
Hogarth, yeah. But this is where Netflix needs to realize you're not a fucking network. Tell the story in whatever amount of episodes it takes. It doesn't have to be 13 for every one.
I feel like if this was only 9 episodes and they had to cut a
Yeah.
whole bunch of bullshit out,
Yeah.
it would
You
be a
literally
lot
could
better.
cut out easily the first 3.
oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first 3.
No, his
Just-
arrival back in the city you need.
But they can put that at the beginning of the 4th episode.
Yeah, I mean, like he comes. Okay.
I was excited when it started. I was excited when it started. He's walking barefoot through New York City.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Fresh, So Clean is playing, and I'm like, yes.
Yep.
They start this the way they did.
Started
the
strong.
trailer with
2
Luke
minutes in,
Cage,
here we
Yep.
go.
with Wu-Tang. I'm like, they're doing this right. And it's interesting at first, and then it just kind of meanders along after a while. It's just like, come the fuck on.
Yes.
And then I just kept watching because I'm like, one episode blurs into the next. There was no like big cliffhanger really.
I was also sitting there going, it's got to get better. It's got to get better.
yeah. It was
Kept
just
waiting.
Well, and this is the 5th season of a Marvel show on Netflix. Eventually, you're going to get disappointed, and here we are.
It felt like they just had to shoehorn a 4th Defender in so they could make their freaking team
Yeah.
up series. is
Oh
what it
fuck,
felt
we
like.
forgot Power Man's friend.
Right.
We have to put him in
I
there.
just feel like for an origin story, I didn't get an origin.
Right?
I didn't. An
Oh, we
origin
had-
story should have aspects of where he's at now.
I expected an origin story, but it clearly wasn't one. It was just an introduction to the character. They didn't really delve into the background.
It was
obviously.
an introduction to a character that's already been established
For
that
you.
we don't know.
yeah.
For you.
No. But I'm saying like the way they wrote it, like everyone
I'm
knows
sorry,
Danny
okay.
Rand,
I
like,
gotcha.
but
Yeah.
we don't as viewers. This is supposed to be our introduction to this character.
Yeah.
But what type of training did he go through? Like,
Right.
he was
Okay.
a whiny bitch for 13 hours. How the fuck did he beat a dragon?
He was
Like, I didn't believe he beat that dragon.
I found him less zen and more like surfer beach bum. The way
Yeah.
that
I
he was
felt like he belonged-
Spicoli, new martial arts all of
I
a sudden.
felt like he belonged on the OC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Or
think
Gotham.
he
Or
could live
Gotham.
in Portland and nobody would notice him. He'd fit right
Right.
in.
No, he wouldn't. He wasn't wearing a vest and a handlebar mustache.
But I was
What up,
just
Portland?
so, like, I was so taken. Like, we didn't see anything about Kun Lao or Kunlun.
Seriously?
Yeah, they pronounce
the
it all
never-
weird too.
Thir-
Yeah.
You see a couple trees.
13 episodes, you don't see it at all.
Yeah.
Man,
you
I
hear
feel
about
like
it.
You shouldn't be sitting in on it.
13
It's
The
hurt.
disappointment
for
is
13
wonderful.
hours. We have to hear every episode. We have to hear about how he's a failure.
Yep.
Even you will. The last line at the last episode is "I've failed."
Yeah.
So even the first season ends with him telling the audience, "I'm a failure."
yeah.
And it's just
and
like,
he's right.
what the fuck am I watching? Like, what? I don't care about the ending. So
No.
the city gets destroyed. It's gone. He goes to find the city. It's gone. I don't give a fuck about the city. I don't know anything about the city. I
Yeah.
didn't see the city.
No investment whatsoever.
Nothing.
Kun Lao.
I don't understand why he's an Iron Fist, but he's not an Iron Fist. Like, if you're going to come from the city as the immortal weapon, how do you not have your chi figured out?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get it. Like, why does he have PTSD? Wouldn't that have been worked out when he was at the ancient city? Isn't that part of his training? When he comes back, like, how does he lose his chi when he's fighting that guy from the hand? That's not the hand, but it is the hand.
Yeah.
Like, the guy just
Yeah,
steals
that
his
was
chi, like, out of nowhere.
He's the other
No
hand.
explanation.
But I'm like the 8th or 9th episode. I yelled at the TV. Who the fuck is the villain?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was
Exactly.
Harold. It wasn't Ward by that point. You thought it was Ward in the first couple, and then it's like, no, you feel bad for Ward. He just
Absolutely.
got
It's
his
not
dad was
Ward.
a piece of shit. No,
What?
no, not at all.
Oh, Mandy.
Not at all. Ward is just a basket case who's been manipulated by his dad for 15
Who's a
fucking years.
dick?
Chronic
Yeah.
addict.
I mean, yeah, Harold / Danny Kaye. If that guy's not in a Danny Kaye biopic one day, I'll be shocked.
Right.
Yeah, no
He's a
shit.
dead ringer.
That's a good call. I
Yeah.
didn't even put that together.
And I'm just like, but even he's not really enough of a villain. Like, who the fuck is the bad guy? Gao is Thanos in this universe.
Yes.
So
I think she's Madam
just
Crane.
there.
She's the one that's in charge
I think
of
she's
him,
Madam
right?
I've
Crane.
read that
Wait.
online.
I did too. I was
Is
like,
she the one that's in charge of...
The hand.
she's
the
the
old
one.
lady,
She's
yeah.
in charge of the
Okay.
Iron
and just here
Serpent.
with
Okay.
Fisk and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Because
But,
they're just starting to,
She's
like...
awesome. Every fucking scene
she
she
did
is
not-
in,
Yeah.
I'm engaged.
She did
Yeah.
not appear in Jessica Jones, did she?
No.
I don't believe
I don't think so.
Or nor
Oh,
Luke
did
Cage.
she at the very end? I don't remember her at the
Well,
very
She
end.
wasn't in Luke Cage for sure.
She's there's some
No,
somehow,
no, she wasn't in Luke Cage.
She was definitely in both Daredevils.
yeah, both
Yeah.
Daredevils
And the
for
Iron
sure.
Serpent symbol is the drug
Yes.
symbol.
Yeah. But I feel like she was somehow mentioned in Luke Cage or something.
But then in that
something
one
brought up.
episode, she does the Force push.
Yeah, she literally
Yeah.
throws him across
She
the
says
room.
she's been around since before the 1700s.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it makes it sound like she was an Iron Fist at one point herself.
I think
but
she.
I don't know.
I was reading. We probably read the same article
Probably.
because I googled her to find out like who people on the internet think she might
I
be.
think the article I read was on Collider.
Okay, I think mine was IO9, and it was about how they think that she might be the Crane Mother, which was like this character that was in charge of one of the 7 cities of heaven,
Okay.
and so that's why she knows all about these Iron Fists, these immortal weapons, because she
Yeah.
used to host the events for some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Which is also why she would know about the Iron Serpent, who is his like arch nemesis.
Speaking of hosting events, that was a great sequence when he's going through the trials.
that
And
was
then
awesome.
it ended with a wet fart.
Yes. That scene between him and the chick with the needles.
Oh, the Venom.
Yeah.
the little
Venom
Black
lady.
Widow spider
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
chick.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that scene.
Yeah, it was good, but even those trials were a little weak
yes.
overall. There could have been more to it.
Comparatively to the rest of the series, that was the high point for me.
Yeah,
It was.
But even that, it was like it only lasted a couple minutes. I thought I was watching fucking Scott Pilgrim for a minute there, like
Oh, nice.
those little short things. But yeah, that didn't last long enough. With the Spider Girl,
And
not
then he
at
just
all.
quits. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
And it just, I don't know, it wasn't enough for me.
No, there's just like, and everything that happens with, is it Joy? Is that his pseudo sister's name?
Yeah.
Joy Meacham, yes.
Joy.
Joy
So
and Ward are the brothers.
everything
and
that
sisters.
happens with Joy, the whole fucking season, or all 12 episodes.
right?
She's like, no, Danny, it's Danny. We gotta take care of
Yeah.
Danny. And then the end of the 13th episode, she's like, let's fucking kill Danny. And I'm like, what?
What is this?
Here's my thing.
What happened?
Because That's where I'm confused at, like, where I stand with her to the 6th episode or to the end of the 6th episode, because like the first few episodes she's like, oh, I don't know,
she stays that character all the way through the whole season until the very last 5 minutes of episode
she's
13.
like that though, until she's like, you need to sign this so that you change your name and we get everything and you get fucked over. I'm like, where is this really weird aggressive person coming from that was now, 20 minutes earlier? I think it is him.
You know what it is? She wanted that Rand dick, and Colleen got it instead, and that was it.
Yeah.
But that's before
white women get vindictive.
I assume Colleen, who
that may be, but Colleen can get the dick any day.
That hasn't happened yet. So like, this is all really confusing. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you stand, and like, I get it. Women are confusing. Understand? I'm one, but.
No, you don't. You still don't even know.
No, it's confusing.
No.
Like, it's confusing.
It doesn't make sense.
Like,
at
even
all.
so they bring Madame Gao. They go to China.
Yeah.
They go to China, and he has more PTSD.
And shout out to the drunken kung fu master in
That
China.
scene was awesome.
Yeah.
That was an awesome fight scene.
That was really good.
That was the best one in the show, probably.
I loved
that. May have been the highlight of the entire show.
I could watch that scene. That choreographed scene was so good. But everything there looked like New York.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing looked like New York. I was like, we could have done better there.
I don't know why the guy sounded like Russell Brand, but
thank you. You're in China, and you find the one British drunken Chinese
in China.
Yeah,
it's my bookie wookie. I'm like, no.
I'm like, when did they give Hong Kong back to Britain? What's up with this?
Right?
Yeah,
but yeah, it was so. And then so Danny Rand comes back from the dead. Everyone's like, oh no, that can't be right. And then it happens. Everyone's like, well, I guess it happened. No! A guy just came back from the dead.
Yeah.
And you guys should be freaking out right now. You should be.
And they didn't freak out the second fucking time either.
That's where I was going.
Harold just shows up at work, and they're like, oh, okay.
They're like, oh, hey.
Remember when you died from cancer?
I fucking knew it. Give me my $5, Tony.
Yeah.
And then he comes back a second time. A third time. He comes back from the dead a third time.
You know what else drove me nuts?
And nobody freaked out again.
No, another thing that drove me nuts was after a while, about halfway through the series, I go, what the fuck happened to Kyle? The guy that worked for Harold.
Yes.
Like, when the fuck happened to Kyle? He's just gone.
And
then they bring him back so he can eat ice cream and die.
Yes.
I'm like, one of the writers went, oh, fuck, Kyle. Shit.
So like they were cleaning up their office after they finished writing.
Yeah,
they found a sticky note under the chair.
Oh, that actor's just walking around going, oh, guys, do I have no scene? Or no? Oh,
this is what I'm talking
Write
about.
some
I
shit
just
with
don't
ice cream.
think the writers had an
Guys,
idea of
one
what
more
they
scene
really
to get my
wanted to
SAG card,
accomplish.
please.
I think this is a situation where they had separate writers who did not come together to
It was very disjointed.
plot out where things were going to happen in the season, and instead they were just like, all right, you're episode 1, you're episode 2, you're episode 3, you're episode 4, you're episode 5, and then like repeat or whatever, however many writers there were.
Right. This vitriol
so,
is.
like,
I had such high hopes for this. I was so high on this, ready
I
for
think
it to
this
come
is
out.
where I'm like a little bit different, because I don't think I'm as disappointed as people like have been online. I did not have high expectations.
I did.
Because
I kind of did too, but it was another thing. I knew nothing about this character, so
that's
every
why
other
I
series
didn't
has
have
been really good.
expectations.
Well, that's why I expected it to blow me away, because I didn't have all these preconceived things that I wanted them to hit. Obviously, we'll get to the fucking dragon. That was one of them that I wanted and didn't fucking show up.
See, I had 2 expectations. One was surfer bro dude in corporate America, which has happened, technically, so...
And they did that part of it
That's
fairly
met.
well.
Yeah.
And then my other one was I wanted the fucking dragon, which now I'm like, God damn it. It better happen in fucking season 2.
Yeah, there was another. So I'm going to shit on this a lot. So let me just.
I wouldn't count on a season.
Let me
2.
just get some of the
it's gonna be
highlights out
defenders
for me.
this
Some of the highlights were Madame Gao. She was every time she was on screen, I was engaged. Another highlight was Jessica Henwick. I loved her character.
She was so good.
Favorite
Amazing.
new character.
Did you notice in her second illegal fight, the outfit she was wearing, that white tracksuit, but it had the wings on the back,
Yes.
like she does in the comics? I went,
Yep.
whoa!
What does she become in the comics? Like superhero?
Colleen
wise?
Wing.
Oh, she's just
Yeah.
Colleen Wing.
Colleen
Okay.
Just a martial artist.
Okay.
I love the Fight Club scenes. I thought those were pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Aragorn, or however you say his name, from Lord of the Rings, that played Howard, the dad.
Harold.
Yes.
Harold,
yeah.
Harold, yeah. Like I liked his character a lot.
I enjoyed him.
I felt like for his character, if you watch Daredevil Season 2, you got a little bit more out of this show than people who didn't watch Daredevil Season 2 because of the Back from the Dead stuff. Because Stick and Daredevil have that conversation where, like, after he finds out Elektra's been taken by the Hand, like, they have that conversation about how she's not going to come back the same.
Yeah.
So...
And you could see that.
We saw that in Iron Fist.
Yeah.
With the dad. He comes back and he's different, and they kind of explain that.
He's whacked out when he first wakes up.
Yeah.
But again, you can go back to Arrow with
water.
That. Like, you can go back to Arrow with that, you go back to Pet Sematary with that. If you want to go that. But
it's just like, you kind of got a little bit more, which I liked.
Yeah.
But if you didn't watch Daredevil Season 2, that doesn't really mean anything to you. You're just like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, Frankie G and I talked about this on Twitter. Stick. Where the fuck is Stick? This isn't like the Avengers where it's like happening all over the world.
This
like,
was hand-centric.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
In the same fucking
Stick doesn't
city.
come back?
Stick isn't in a single episode, and this entire thing is about
the
hands.
voiceover of the Defenders
Yeah.
teaser, too.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you figure
long.
he'd be there somewhere.
Like, it was
And no fucking Liv Schreiber either.
No Liv Schreiber. But Frankie G and I both said we felt it was a missed opportunity
It really
for him
was.
not to be there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I heard they cut him to get Kyle back in there.
Originally, he was eating cotton candy, and they changed it over.
It's not terrible. That's the thing.
Here's the hard
It's not
part.
terrible. It's just it's disappointing.
Confusing.
Yeah.
And then you only have like maybe 10 minutes of actual good show.
But
It's-
here's the thing.
yeah,
we're
I don't-
telling you it's a legal drama,
Yeah.
and you're going to go into it thinking of that, and you're going to go, oh, this isn't that bad. This is pretty good. It's good. It's not great. There are a lot of problems with it.
There's a
And
lot of
it's not
problems.
a superhero show the way you hope.
No.
I'm starting to
So-
think I'm just not going to expect, like, superheroes
And where the
from
fuck
it.
is the outfit?
They
Yeah,
showed
that
it.
too.
They showed it.
At the end?
I want to
No, in the
it.
1940s flashback.
I do want to finish it.
40s flat. Oh,
They showed
yeah, the guy
video.
with the two fists.
Because he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
harnessed his full chi.
Yeah.
Do they
you're right.
explain that?
They
But
did
they don't
show that.
fucking explain
where's
why
his
he's got
fucking
two
outfit?
iron fists.
They did show.
But that was the green outfit.
They did show Danny and Davos in yellow and green robes.
Yeah.
So there's that.
The robes I noticed had
Yeah.
the colored pattern.
yeah.
And forgive me, wasn't Davos a fucking bad guy?
He turns into the Iron Serpent, I believe.
Right, he steals the fucking iron power of the Iron Fist from Danny in the comics.
That's when he's the Iron Serpent because he
Yeah.
gets that death touch or something.
Yeah.
The decaying death touch or something. So it's like he's like the arch nemesis.
And like he's kind of like
Joker to
shifty-eyed
Batman.
throughout the whole thing and mistrustful and kind of sticking by Danny, but you can see the
And
wheels
jealous,
turning.
too,
Yeah.
And I
'cause
can
he
see
saw
them
shit
setting it
again.
up, but at the same time, the whole time going like, it's fucking Davos.
And you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, oh, he's from Kun Lao.
Oh, we'll never.
Can we
okay,
see
wow.
this place?
Let me see his papers.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I read a graphic novel where Daredevil was in charge of the Hand, and I feel like that's where we're
Yes.
headed. I feel like that's where we're headed.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Not Secret Empire. Is it Dark Reign or Dark Empire or something like that?
Something like that. But he had like White Tiger, I think it was.
Yep, White Tiger. Yep.
I'm trying to think of who else. I read it a while back, but yeah,
Yep.
but he was just kind of this grumpy shit. He's in charge of the Hand, and he doesn't know what to do with it. And the
Yeah.
whole thing. So I feel like that's where we could be headed. But I don't know.
It's possible. I don't know.
It was just
the
a
season
lackluster
ended.
offering.
Yeah.
The
There's a lot of
season ended, and I was
possibilities
just
still.
like, I don't understand what you guys
Should
were
have
going
been
for.
shorter. Should have been shorter.
I had two expectations for this, and I put this on Twitter. So if anybody listening to this is following me on
Well,
Twitter,
yeah,
they've
I
already
mean,
read it.
I guess we should get to that point where you rant.
But
about the-
I had two. So I didn't have high expectations. I didn't have low expectations. I had two expectations. One, the Dragon Punch. Two, I want to see some kick-ass martial arts. Those were were the weights. 50% each category.
yeah.
I got no Dragon Punch. So automatically, this is a
I
failure.
was unaware you were upset about that.
Yes. that's a 50% off the grade. If this is high school, college grading, this is automatically starting at an F. It's at 50%, and it goes down from there. I don't understand. And this was even on Instagram. This guy, I posted something about it, and this guy on Instagram was like, do you really think they're going to do it? And I was like, I don't understand how you can't with an origin story. That's like having a Batman origin story and not showing his parents be killed.
What
That's
the fuck
like
did they blow their budget on that they couldn't show the dragon? There was nothing else in there.
no,
Yeah.
but they show him right after the dragon
Right.
when he's laying there on the ground and he's got
Davos
the
flips him
burn.
over and he's got the burn mark. Yeah.
And then at the very end, this whole show was just up, and then just no payoff. Up, no payoff.
It was like me and Lion and Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
Get right to the edge, and then the car stops like a foot off of where it should, and I go, fuck, it's not going to happen.
It's exactly that. Because at the end, it
Going
was,
mini golf in
it
the
was
Magic Mountain, you got a
episode
churro.
12? Episode 12 or 13, they do that. No, it's 13. They do the flashback to the cave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally
That's when I
stood
thought it
up
was gonna
out of my
happen.
chair. I was like, fuck, yes! I've waited 13 goddamn hours for this.
It would have been worth it for you.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
finally, I'm going to get my dragon punch. And you see the eyes, and I was like, yes!
Yeah.
And then it cuts back, and I was like,
No, the eyes were in the end of 12.
it was in the
And
end
I
of
thought,
12.
okay, they're
I was
doing
like,
it in
that's
13.
And I was like, yeah, and then nothing. And I was like, fuck you! I was shouting at my TV. I was so filled
Yeah.
with just vitriol and anger. I was like, this is the worst. I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting through this shit.
I call this the Pathfinder effect. It's where you sit through like 2 hours of just torture, and then you think you're going to get a cool death with horses pulling a body apart in every direction, and then they fade to black, and it comes back, and there's nothing. They're in a
That's
different
exactly
scene.
what happened.
Well,
And
it's
I
not the
just-
Pathfinder effect anymore. It's the fucking Dragon Punch effect.
It is, and I was so fucking mad. And the 13th episode, I was like, I don't even fucking care.
And, yeah, what's
There's
worse-
no Dragon Punch. That's 50% off this grade. It's
series-
automatically a failure to me.
The season was over about 20 minutes into the 13th episode,
Yes.
and then there was just a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we doing this? What's going to happen? Nothing. They're just talking to each other. Like, what the fuck is this crap at the end?
And we get 30
It's like 40
seconds of
minutes
him
of
doing
shit.
that punch.
Yeah, that was
That-
cool. Punching the
We had
ground.
to
the
wait
whole
13
floor
episodes, 13
blows up.
hours to see that whole floor
Yeah,
of the
like
office
finally he
building.
did something.
Like Nagatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
There were
all
a couple
over
cool
again.
small moments.
At
Like
this
the
point-
first
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
the first time the hand came after him and he fires up the fist and the axe hits it and shatters.
Yeah,
it.
that was
a couple little
episode
small
Yeah.
2?
Blocks it.
Episode 2, I
2
think.
or
was early
3.
on.
It was really early, yeah.
And there was the obligatory hallway scene, which was cool.
Yes.
That was good. So, I mean, there was stuff where I was like, that's great, but it just,
No payoff.
it was too spread out,
Yeah.
too much shit in the middle. They could have done
We didn't
7
see his
episodes.
training. We just saw him getting beaten for
Yeah.
some reason. Well, they show us him
When he
being
was a
abused,
kid. Yeah,
but they
with
don't
the-
show us his
yeah.
training.
You know why they showed him getting beaten? For the obligatory scene where he has to take his shirt off in front of somebody and they see the scars and, oh.
Yeah.
Right?
They do in every fucking superhero movie.
Happens
now.
every
Yeah.
time I take my shirt off.
You make
different
those
reasons.
noises? Or?
It's usually Jesse, but hell, whatever.
Who the hell wears a sweater under a t-shirt? Oh, my God.
Well, it is
I thought
baseball
Robin
season.
Williams was dead.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I
Mandy
thought
killed
it
him,
was
too.
entertaining.
I
I just feel like it was a missed opportunity. I
Yeah.
thought it was just
It was lacking.
yeah.
It's my 5th
I don't feel like
favorite.
I don't feel like they shit the bed, but they were definitely hotboxing the bed.
They sharded the bed.
I'm going to say this, and I agree with
They
I
turtled
agree
it.
with Blogster. While yes, there's definitely disappointments. It is not as bad as everyone is making it out.
No,
to
it's
be
not.
on,
It's
like,
just disappointing.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a bad show. The writing that is there is good. It just doesn't make sense.
it's just not Marvel quality. If this wasn't a Marvel
It
like
feels
franchise, and it wasn't like
Except for the fight
integrated with
scenes.
other things.
No, those were slow as shit.
yeah.
They were like they were fighting underwater.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
It
a
was
great
very
way to
fluid,
describe
very
it.
choreographed. And all they had to do was speed up the film.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that's an old trick.
Yeah.
Fucking do it. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And
I
then at
thought-
the start
I
of it,
thought
too-
Colleen's fights were good. I don't know.
But
Well, yeah, but even when they
but
were
she was
introducing
great.
him to her,
cage fights were great.
yeah, but when they were introducing, you think, oh, this guy must be a martial arts expert. 'Cause he's like, no, you got to let you're doing too much. You've got to let the flow and blah. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna kind of see. No, we didn't see any of that
He
either.
was too busy doing the gay Karate Kid 2
Yeah.
dance moves.
He was
You know?
harnessing.
Yeah, I was just like, what the.
When you start to realize Miyagi and Daniel have something a little more than a father-son relationship going.
Too much wax.
Yeah.
Too much wax.
So
wax
wait.
off, wax
So
off.
for where I'm at,
The Collider crew today described it best when they said it's like Richie Rich
yeah.
meets Kung Fu.
Oh, I didn't see
That's
that
so
article.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very accurate description.
That's what they compared Danny Rand's character to. Was Richie Rich meets Kung Fu. And I was
Jesse,
like,
you'll love
that
this. They
is
had
perfect.
Danny Rand carries around a 1999 edition iPod.
That's true.
And a cylinder cell phone.
So, for where I'm at in this series, the most intriguing part of like Danny Rand's story or whatever is when he goes into the dojo, and he's like, "You all don't take this serious enough." Like, and he becomes really strict.
Yeah, that's gone like later. He turns into
God
a whiny
damn it.
bitch again.
Yeah.
That is like the
And then there's
best
that
part
weird
of
shit
his
that happens
character.
with the DEA trying to break in to get Madame Gao.
Yeah, like that.
And then there's that
was
weird
just,
shit that happens again
that
towards
had
the end
no
of episode
purpose.
12 with the DEA.
That had no purpose.
Yeah, it was like, we get it. The hand is everywhere. They've got people in the DEA. Like, that's cool. It's not ninjas this time. It's the feds. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I know we're bitching a lot, but I still, I kept watching. It
Madame
was
Gao
intriguing
is
enough
great.
to keep it going.
Yeah.
There were enough good things to keep
Madame
it
Gao was great.
good.
Rosario Dawson was great.
Rosario Dawson
She's
gets
bitching out
better and
Colleen.
better every
She's
time.
like, you're a different branch. Why couldn't you call yourself something like different? Not the hand, like the ear or the foot.
Oh, yeah,
And I was like
Mandy.
Ninja Turtles foot.
You find
Yeah.
you find out
That's
that
when it
Colleen
clicked to
is
me. Oh
actually
my
part of
god,
the
maybe
hand,
that's
too.
what the Ninja Turtles were
What?
making fun of
Yeah.
was the fucking
Okay,
hand.
that's a good twist.
It was a good twist.
Okay,
It was
I'm
a good
excited
twist.
for
There's
that.
enough good shit in here.
Yeah.
There is.
It's a
You just
roller
have to
coaster.
watch
Danny
for
Rand
it.
is the weakest part of
The
the,
pieces
show.
are
He
there.
is.
They put the jigsaw puzzle together incorrectly,
I wanted-
and it looks like a fucking dump.
I wanted more
Yeah.
Ward.
I thought,
Because Ward was so up and down. Like,
Yeah.
Ward was intriguing.
Yeah, he was a great
with his
character.
Eric Trump Jr. haircut.
Yeah.
That scene where he smashes his hand to pieces.
Yes,
To
Oh,
get
yeah.
to get
the
pain
makeup
meds.
on the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't focus on the hand at all, but you see it. and
Yeah.
They did a great job on that.
When he
Yeah.
comes
Here's
like
my thing.
flying, his eyes are all
Yep.
like bloodshot
Oh, when he was
crazy.
at the height of his heroin.
Oh,
pop,
yeah.
he just looked like shit.
I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't like him until around the 5th episode.
No,
I
when
was
the-
like, I am so over this bratty. I'm jealous of this other kid.
He became the
guy,
most
but
interesting character to me.
He really did.
Like, I just
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
to see where he was
He
going.
was there.
He was a complete basket
excited.
case.
When the golf club hit him, I'm like, fuck! No, don't kill him. And then you see him get up, and
Yep.
he's just like,
In
what
fucking
the
11
fuck?
when he's
Like,
going
yes.
through the withdrawals, and then he makes the deal with Bakura,
Yep.
Yeah.
betrays everybody, and then like in the middle of the betrayal, once he got fucking
Yeah.
double turned, you see his humanity come out. And he's like, "What the fuck did I do?" He was great.
Yep.
He really was.
I think he.
wasn't
I think
expecting
he's my
him to go
favorite
there
part
for
of
me,
the
but he
show.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he and Colleen were my favorite parts. But I mean,
She's got sneaky big boobs.
as far as new characters go, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, the sparring scenes between her and Rosario Dawson were the
Fantastic.
beginning of a porno
Yep.
that I imagined in my head.
Speaking of sparring, this is a big craw on my side for some reason. She broke the stupid sparring dummy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then 2 scenes later, it had duct tape on it. Then 2 scenes later, it was fine again. Damn it! I hate that shit.
Well,
Her
see,
boyfriend's
rich.
right.
Can we
we
also
address it? Be like, Danny bought me a new one.
Can we?
Done.
Can we also talk about how that guy like all of a sudden knew that Danny could like heal using?
Oh, Bakura, yeah.
Yeah, but Danny didn't know that, and he was supposed to be trained at the fucking.
trained as the Iron Fist.
But
wait, I can do what?
but
he
he also
didn't know he could. What?
Yeah, no, he finds out
But he
from the
also
bad guy.
did leave
Yeah,
soon after he became the Iron Fist. So I mean, that guy's probably learned enough. That was okay to me.
we're still Iron Fisting each other.
Yeah,
It's more interesting than the show.
it's more the knuckle shuffle.
Splayed
And I guess
knuckles.
we should mention everybody's favorite scene, the stapler.
I haven't seen the stapler yet.
Yeah, that was my one tweet when
We just cleared the room with
Yeah.
2 simple words.
what's his name?
The
The guy from the opposite hand. What was his name? Bashura?
Bakura.
Bakura, yeah. When he stabs Danny with that little spear, but the tip stays in.
Yep,
I'm like, I
just the
need
tip.
one of
That's what
those
she said.
because there are so many people I could do that to happily. And then I thought I shouldn't have one of those because I would do that to a lot of people. But yeah, Claire gets that out and then has no way to stitch him up. Takes one of those old school
Industrial
fucking
fucking
yeah, like we had one in my
construction
house
stapler
growing up,
gun.
and just staples it. I see that stapler come off the shelf. I go,
Did anybody else laugh? Because she's putting the staples in them, and Davos is right behind her going, "You are a magnificent healer."
yeah.
She's
God.
using a goddamn credit card on that guy.
I'm
That
so
was cool.
excited
I
for
was like,
this-
that's pretty
Just this one
good.
part makes it.
There's some.
I
There's
just want
some.
to get there.
Like I said,
Everywhere.
it goes up, it's up, it's up, and you're just like, oh, this is getting really good, and then whoa.
I think it's
just immediately back down,
we've
and then
gotten-
up and up and up, and you're like, yeah, it's getting good again. Oh.
we've gotten great, so good is not good enough.
No.
We're spoiled. That's
we are
it.
100%.
Had
Yeah,
this
we
been
are.
the first one, we'd have loved it. Probably.
Had
I
this
think-
been the first one, I think I would have enjoyed Daredevil even more.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, wow, they really got their writing team together, and they did some really
Where
good shit with
the
this.
fuck is the stunt fight coordinator from Daredevil right now? Because he clearly was not on Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Probably working on the Avengers.
Maybe Defenders or something. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see.
I was so excited too.
I-
Did you
I'm
ever
gonna
figure
say-
out what the intro reminded you of?
No. Okay, so you said Daredevil.
It looks and kind of
But-
sounds like Daredevil, but there's a
So
little
here's
hint
the
of
thing.
Stranger Things in that
I
intro
don't-
music.
I don't think
Oh,
it's
God damn it. All of the music in
Yeah.
this was
Oh,
stolen
a
right
lot
from
of Stranger
Stranger
Things in
Things.
this.
strings, yeah. I don't think it was the Marvel Daredevil. I think it was the movie
The Affleck.
Daredevil. Well, yeah, with Affleck.
Ew.
I think that's what the. It's not. It's.
Turn
not
her mic
the,
off.
like,
Turn her
it's-
mic off.
Shut up. It's not like the wax type thing. It was like the.
Like when he's
the
singing in the
string
rain?
things.
Oh,
I
the
don't know, maybe.
like the
little
muddy
colored
streaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite intro.
I
Oh,
don't
see,
like
I
it.
loved it. I thought
I
the
like the
intro
intro.
was great.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it.
The music,
She
I
said
just
it
thought
reminded her of
was.
something.
It wasn't
I
the
thought
music,
the
it
music
was
was
the streaks.
out of time.
Yeah, the streak.
Yeah.
It
the
just
movie,
got too
or for the
muddy
show.
for me. Like all the streaks and
Well,
it
the
just-
streaks in he's Iron Fist, and the streaks are coming off his fucking feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I get it,
Yeah.
but they made it so like
And it's a guy who's not
defined.
Danny
It was-
Rand either.
Yeah.
So
Clearly not.
I mean, at least Daredevil, the blood's coming down, and you get the image of Daredevil. That's cool.
Yeah.
Or you get Justice. You get.
Yeah.
I mean, Jessica Jones had that little rock thing going. That was cool. Luke Cage had its own thing going. Jessica Jones might be the best of the bunch as far as the intros go.
I love the
That's
intro for
fun.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's fun.
I
I didn't find it
know.
memorable. I remember watching it. I was like, yes, but I don't find like thinking back on it. I haven't watched it in a while.
Daredevil's
I don't really
definitely the
recall
most
it.
memorable, just because that blood coming
No,
down.
I remember
and
Daredevil.
forming
I don't.
him.
I
Yeah.
can't recall to the Jessica Jones intro except for when they fucking show what's his name. God, apparently I can't remember it.
David Tennant?
Yeah,
Tennant.
Tennant's
Purple Man.
name. I was like, yes, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the music in it, not the score of the show.
Yeah.
I felt was right out of Stranger Things.
It
and I
felt
even
like
tweeted
it.
that. I was like, the Stranger Things music is just not, it's pulling me out of the
It
show.
doesn't work for this time period.
No,
of
it
this
didn't.
Show.
But the early '90s soundtrack stuff was good.
I was fine with that.
Yeah.
The-
That was
like,
good.
the-
It
the
makes sense in the
soundtrack.
continuity. Of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's a 7-year-old kid that crashes a plane. That's all he's got left from the plane crash. It
Right.
makes sense.
I didn't even notice the Stranger Things kind of stuff.
Yeah, like when I was
I
watching it,
did.
I was just like, it sounds like it. Like the group, the composer of Stranger Things wrote the score for this show, not the
Yeah.
soundtrack, but the score. And
They
I was
should've
like,
just-
I was
like,
just
this is weird.
glad that I took paralegal classes when they got into contract negotiations because I felt like I understood it more than the average viewer.
And thank God, all it takes is a fingerprint on a clay pot.
on a clay pot.
I'm like,
And the best part was Jerry Hogarth was like, that's admissible in court. And I'm like, it is? What?
that was the weakest shit to me. I'm like,
Excuse
oh
me?
my
I
god.
know a $10 lawyer, DUI lawyer down the street.
Learner
that can blow
in
that
row.
shit to smithereens. What are you talking about?
Like, yeah. Like he's the last of the Rand line completely. How the fuck is that possible?
Yeah, like I did.
And
I'm not gonna
Ward,
lie,
the
I
sharp
did
businessman,
laugh
just
out
looked
loud.
defeated.
First of
Okay,
all,
here's
first of all, this
I
Irish
did
kid.
laugh out loud.
Irish
when they
people-
put that little pot there, I just started laughing. I was like, "This is going to be the dumbest shit."
No, this little Irish kid. Irish people fuck more than anybody. They has a lot of cousins going around somewhere he can connect to.
All I'm saying
Rand
is
and
like
Rand.
with today's technology and how like high up in wealth this company is, we've seen things from like the FBI where like this person was taken in 1995. This is what they look like today.
They played
Yeah.
it off, though, because he was 7. They didn't have a chance to get all that shit done.
Yeah.
And then he has to go find his
They
medical
could
records.
exhume
and they
his
burn the medical
grandparents.
That was
records.
pretty cool. That was
Yeah.
actually,
DNA.
that part of it was well done as well.
I like
When
that
he was
scene.
like, "I broke my arm," and there's like, "Oh, there's probably X-rays of my broken arm." I was
Yeah.
like, "Smart." And then they burned it.
And
I
they
was
were
like,
thorough enough to think of
all
that,
right.
too. So, yeah.
But
He was
again,
like, here we go. This is good.
but then they burned it, and I was like, "All right."
And
All
who
those
keeps
X-rays are
oxygen
gone.
tanks in the fucking
I would-
filing room?
I would have much rather they used that as how they knew it was Danny Rand rather than
The tiny little pot
the
with the fingerprint.
With the fingerprint.
I'm not lying, guys. I did laugh out loud when she set that on there. I was like,
I'm
arts
never-
and crafts is not going to fly.
I'm
in
never
court,
giving my
people.
girlfriend's pottery ever again.
I mean, is that all I have to do? I'm going to say I'm some rich person's daughter. I'm just
Right.
going to
I
put
was-
a fingerprint on the bottom of a pot.
I was waiting for.
me.
Yeah, but how would you know the age of the fingerprint? He could adjust on it. You know.
Could have fucking done it the day before they went to court.
Does he have a birthmark or some shit? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I was waiting for the Michael Jackson birthmark on his penis kind of thing, like something.
Show me on the doll where the man touched you.
Yeah. Oh.
But
Anyway,
Iron Fist.
I like I said,
It's not worth the binge watch. It's
It's worth it to
it's
see.
a slow
but
burn.
not-
Watch
Yeah.
it. It's entertaining. Fine.
yeah, it's entertaining. But like I said, I had 2 expectations that each carried 50% weight for enjoyment. No Dragon Punch
Yeah.
automatically gives it a failing grade for me.
and if you go in with low
but-
expectations, you'll enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
Yep.
I think we're just too hyped up based on
Just,
everything
you know,
else.
Lower expectations than my testosterone level, and you'll
Yeah.
be okay.
And
All
There
I'm
you go.
going to say is, if this is bad for Marvel,
It won't
we're
be.
doing all right.
It's it's a speed
Yeah.
bump. Nobody's going to remember
This
this.
is
in
still
the
better.
grand scheme of things.
This is better than
still
anything
better
DC
than
is
any
doing.
DC movie in
Yeah.
the DCU.
This is still better than
It's
Agents of
disappointing,
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
but yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
which is another Marvel property.
Even though Frank doesn't agree. But
I'd put
well, for me.
I'd put this on par with like Legends of Tomorrow,
yeah.
Okay.
I put them, yeah,
which
they're
has
probably on the
improved.
same, they're
which
on like the same
I still
level.
like. Yeah, but
The first season was a dud, but it's improved the second season.
I
Yeah.
really think that we're going to like Iron Fist himself, like Danny Rand, more in the Defenders when it's him against Luke Cage and him up against Jessica Jones. Like, him being a response, like, he's going to be the comedy relief for those.
No,
Oh,
he's
wow.
not. He's going to
So-
be bitching and crying.
I
I
think-
he failed everybody.
I don't
the whole
think-
I think
think
Jessica Jones is going to be the dark
yes.
humor.
Yes.
If I have
She's
to pick
gonna
a
be the dark-
character, I think she's the dark
Well,
humor.
She's going to be
She's the
dark
funniest
humor,
of
but-
all the characters,
Oh,
yeah.
she is. But he's going to be like,
plus I
what the fuck is this
kinda
guy
hot for
doing? And
Kristen
then all of a
Ritter,
sudden
but
he
anyway.
kicks someone's ass and you're like, oh, yeah.
See, I feel
That's
like
why he's here.
I feel
think
like
he's going to shine more when there's
No, I see
better
him being a
cast
whiny
members.
bitch, and then Jessica Jones just
They
knocks him
can-
out real quick.
This
They
could
See, I was
do
going to say I
that,
see Luke Cage
but-
calling him on it.
Yeah, he'll say it. She'll just hit him without saying
Yeah.
nothing.
This
And then I
could
see
be-
Daredevil
I
just
think-
leave
Daredevil's begging for change on the corner.
I honestly think they're
Change!
going to put him in his place, and then he's going to grow better as a character.
But this
I
could
think that'll
lead
be
to
Luke
the,
Cage. I
This
think
could
that's
lead to
going
the
be
Power
the
Man Iron
Heroes
Fist
for Hire.
series.
Heroes for Hire would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah. That's-
Don't give me Luke Cage season 2. Don't give me Iron Fist season 2. Give me Heroes
them together.
for Hire.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yep.
I mean,
And
you have
Defenders
this
is
set up-
only 8 episodes.
Thank
Yeah.
It's
God.
been confirmed. Only 8.
And that's okay,
That's all
because
they need.
hurry up with that Punisher series. Damn,
Yes.
hurry up.
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
give me my
Misty
Moon
Knight,
Knight.
you have the setup for the robotic arm. You have
Yep.
all that stuff. So yeah,
Well, there was one other reference. I don't know if anybody else caught. When Danny wanted to shut down the plant that was causing cancer for all the people, he's like, I called Karen Page over at the whatever the name
Yeah.
of the fucking paper
Yeah.
was. I was like, oh god,
There
damn
were-
it, Karen Page.
The Karen Page, the Jessica Jones reference was really subtle.
There
And she was
a
like,
few
yeah,
little minor ones.
I hired a private investigator to check on the guy that was
Yep.
running the company that tried to usurp them.
Yeah.
and
She's like, yeah, she was really good when she was sober. I was like, oh, there we go.
But
Yeah.
remember,
There-
that's
there
what
it
she
is.
was doing as a PI. She was spying on people being fucking cheaters.
Yep.
So yeah, it was great.
I was like, it was really subtle because they
There
didn't
were a
mention her by name.
ton
They
of
just-
those.
Yeah.
Ton of those throughout the
Yeah.
series.
They
Little
even-
references
Hulk.
of things.
They even
Yeah.
mention the incident when he's in the institute.
They've done it
Yep.
in every series.
every
The
series
incident.
is the
Yeah,
New York
so far.
incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked how they put it in this one. The other ones, I'm like, come on.
They're like a
that's
big
cheesy.
green guy. They
Yeah.
mentioned the Hulk kind of
This
specifically.
one was
and,
just
yeah.
a very
Well, the first-
quick.
In the first Daredevil,
Everyone
when they
thinks
first
that
mentioned
since
it,
the
you're like,
incident.
oh shit, that's what they're talking. Even though it was blatant.
Well, and the
and
Avengers
shoehorned,
Tower
you're
is in
like,
the
oh, God.
poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, no, like this one, it wasn't like it wasn't an obnoxious statement. It was just everyone feels that way since the incident, and then it was done. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Gal
'cause-
mentioned Daredevil. She mentioned
Yep.
Luke Cage. She
Daredevil,
was-
they mentioned it when they
Yeah.
were hunting for the office, too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Claire Temple is out of antibiotics because of all the what'd she
Yep.
say? Oh, the special people that find themselves getting hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
like that.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the other thing. Oh, God damn it. You're going to fight the Hand.
Yeah.
Claire goes, I know a guy who fought the hand. It didn't end well. He's still alive, blah, 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 whatever. If you know a guy who's fought the hand, why aren't you fucking calling him on the phone to be like, hey,
Iron Man
bro.
3 all over again. Iron Man 3.
Remember that group of ninjas you just finished fighting? Guess who's back? And I got a guy whose fist turns orange.
But you two should work
I know you can't see, but he's got a nightlight.
I thought that this series would have been the opportunity to make a crossover, even for one
split second.
minute,
Yep.
to lead to Defenders. But it didn't. They blew it. I thought for sure we could see, okay, here's Matt Murdock somewhere, or Jessica Jones with the PI mention, just have her in for a minute, and now you're starting to blend into the Defenders. But
You got to admit, they all do match up well. We got a lawyer.
You got a letter from Luke Cage.
We got a
little things like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
a private detective.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
got a billionaire businessman.
Yep.
And a guy who sweeps the floor at the barbershop. It just
Yeah.
matches up really well.
Yep, yeah. Makes sense now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Sweet
It'll
Christmas.
just hopefully, and she said that twice through the series.
She
Sweet
did,
Christmas. Yeah. So
Well, now that's what I'm looking forward to.
So if
Yeah.
you watch it for any reason, definitely Madame Gao, Jessica Henswick. Those
Yeah.
are my
Colleen.
two. If you're going to be like, should I watch it, Handsome Jay? Watch it for Jessica
watch
Henwick.
it.
Watch it for Madame
Watch
Gao.
it. Yeah, nobody's discouraging you from watching it. Enjoy it.
it's just frustrating because
They may love it. You guys
it's
listening may
different.
love it.
That's the thing. It's different from the others, and it's just like, I mean, Luke Cage was different, and it was slower paced in ways than Daredevil or Jessica Jones. But I mean, they each have their own thing. But this was just like so much legal shit with the company, and it's just not what you expect. But it's still good. It's still entertaining, and all the references throughout. You really have to pay attention to that. And Danny Kaye was nuts, but yeah. And that guy's probably doing coke in the bathroom
Yeah,
with
on
that
that
crazy lady from
Right.
Boob Shelf. Anyway,
Blocks through shoulders looking a little cold.
Go back and listen to Maskerpiece
Yeah,
Theatre
he's-
to know what that's about.
he's
some
waiting to
reason
get in
he's
here
got
to
a loaf
record
of
it as
bread on it.
Masterpiece.
I've never heard of a shoulder contracting Hep C before. That's bizarre.
First time for everything.
Ugh. Anyway, I think it's Hep Double D.
I made this joke earlier. Was this cinema head chi since it was the Iron Fist episode?
Yes, I think so. But thank you guys for tuning in. We better end this because we're only 46 minutes in.
That's some Podshort. That's some Podshort.
Whatever. Anyway, but thank you all for listening. Don't forget, head to abnormalentertainment.com to get all the shows, including Maskerpiece Theatre, where you can hear all of us. Pretty soon, Kayfabe with Frankie G.
Yes.
New wrestling show coming up, which is great. And cinemaheadcheese.com for all the articles and reviews, and normalentertainment.com/Maskerpiece Theatre, and you get a ton of comic book reviews and movie reviews over there as well. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe and download back episodes of Cinema Head Cheese the podcast, and read all of our movie reviews and news at cinemaheadcheese.com. Email us at cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com. Search Cinema Head Cheese on Facebook and tweet us at CINHeadCheese. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.
Don't have time to grocery shop? Let Shipt do it for you. Shipt lets you put in your order and brings your groceries to your door in as little as an hour. All you have to do is sign up at shipt.com and enter the membership code ABNORMAL, and you'll get $10 in free groceries on your first order. Save time, get what you need, and leave the shopping to Shipt.